Welcome to Analytical Fanboys. I am your host, the Modular King of the Content Ring, the Vacuuminator here, and I am joined, as always, by the cleaned out Boingo Rider.
Hi.
Hello. So you got to say, motherfucker?
Yeah, I was hoping.
Fuck you, moving on. The coolest toy collector in the Sunshine State, Snowcone 83. How you doing?
Oh, you know.
I do?
Yeah.
Wow, how about that? I didn't know I was that smart.
There you go.
Okay. All right, yeah. Well, everyone, on this week's episode, our main discussion topic is Galaxy Quest, a 1999 sci-fi comedy starring Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver, which is basically a giant Star Trek parody that I think everybody has seen at least once, and everybody universally agrees it's pretty good. So I put it on the list because I wanted to kind of reminisce about it with my buds. So hey, buds, what do you think of this movie?
I think. Is this the second movie we've done from the late? No, the last movie felt like a '90s movie, but it's not the '90s movie.
Early
No, I mean,
2000s.
this. It reminds me of God. I literally said the same thing last time, and I still forgot what it was. Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It feels like those. I mean, it feels like
Jingle All the Way.
No. Yes.
No. Yes.
Twins. No.
It reminds you of male pregnancy.
Finally. I just like. I think the thing I like the most about this movie is the music, and also it's got really good practical effects, and it's aged very well. I went back and watched like Lost in Space not too long ago. The one that came out around the same time as this, and that one, compared to this one, like either equal or this one's a little bit better when it comes to its special effects. Like,
Oh yeah, this is I believe this is ILM, and this is like one of the last movies they did a ton of practical effects for.
Well, and also the practical effects just kind of adds to the wacky situation of these aliens thought these episodes of an old cheesy sci-fi movie were real, so they made a spaceship based off of it.
Yeah. It's such a great premise that plays perfectly into kind of the inherent goofiness of Star Trek fandom.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one person that kind of fits that role here, Vac.
Hi.
I've seen a little bit of every Star Trek series. I'd say I know a fair bit, but
see, here's the thing. I'm probably gonna piss people listening off, and I might even piss you off, Vac. The only Star Trek series I've seen any significant amount of is Enterprise. The one with Scott Bakula?
Enterprise is the only Star Trek series I've seen front to back. I have seen bits and pieces of Next Gen and the original. I have tried to watch the original series numerous times, and I always get bored halfway through season 2. I've watched the first couple episodes of Deep Space Nine, none of Voyager, Enterprise front to back, and I've seen all of the movies up till the end of the Kelvin timeline. And I haven't touched any of the CBS All Access stuff because it all looks like trash. There, I said it.
What, you don't like Rick and Morty with Starfleet?
I really don't like Rick and Morty with Starfleet.
That thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the other thing, like the Picard stuff. I haven't.
The Picard and Discovery, they both look really, really bad. And every review I've watched of them by people whose opinions on Star Trek I trust says that they're really, really bad.
Yeah, I've only seen a good bit of Deep Space Nine and some other things.
So I am a Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
So-
I have seen all those.
Yeah, so I would say I'm a Star Trek fan, probably way more so than these guys. But I'm not like a Trekkie or a Trekker or whatever term you want to use this week. I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not one of those people who's super into any of the actors or any of the races or any of that. I just think it's solid storytelling across the board, and I kind of like the universe. That's why I keep engaging with it. And this movie is kind of about the public perception of Star Trek and Star Trek fandom. And as somebody who's only ever really known Star Trek fandom, well, for a lot of the time, I only really knew Star Trek fandom through its public perception of documentaries like Trekkies about look at these crazy outlandish fans. This movie is very accurate to that, but it also has some nice things to say about that kind of idea of fandom. And it seems like Trekkies tend to really like this movie as well. And the online Star Trek community that I've engaged with somewhat seems to love this movie as well. I mean, the only people I've never heard praise this movie are Red Letter Media, and that's just because I've never heard them say anything about it at all. If by any chance Red Letter Media is watching, I would really like you guys to do a review on this movie. I think that'd be pretty great. Thanks. Anyways, so where do we want to start with this? Because like there is a lot to cover, a lot of great little character arcs and gags all throughout this.
First, I would like to point out that we are technically in a Toy Story double feature.
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we just did a Tom Hanks movie and now we're in a Tim Allen movie. It's weird how one of those guys is kind of like the American iconic everyman leading man actor, and the other one is like this buffoon of times gone by. Because like Tim Allen is still in stuff, but he's not super popular anymore, largely because he represents a mentality that isn't really that popular anymore. He's a hyper masculine kind of dweeb.
Yeah. Honestly, I grew up with Tim Allen just everywhere because Home Improvement was just on TV. We always watched the Santa Claus when it was near Christmas.
Same
here. I mean, like, there were times in my life where I would just watch Home Improvement on reruns all the fucking time. And I love Toy Story. I love the Santa Claus movies, but
like to the point, I watched Wild Hogs a good bit.
I have seen that as well.
Yeah, I was a Tim Allen fan growing up.
It's weird how, like, as a kid, I liked a lot of kind of redneck comedians, but now because I don't really line up with a lot of redneck politics, I don't tend to go to those guys anymore. Like, I used to watch fucking Bill Engvall and Ron White and those kind of guys all the time, and I haven't looked their stand-up up in ages. And I think that's kind of the thing with Tim Allen. Even though he is kind of just a general comedian in this, there's nothing about him that's specifically red, let's say. He is still kind of that guy's guy, hypersexualizing everything and being this kind of like doofus Hollywood actor. And he's meant to be that because he's meant to be a direct parody of Shatner. I mean, the series is couched in very next-gen style visuals, but all the archetypes that the main cast are playing off of are TOS archetypes. Like, very much, you have Tim Allen's character being sort of a Shatner/Kirk parody. Alan Rickman is playing very much a parody of Leonard Nimoy. And Sigourney Weaver is also there.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver is everywhere.
Do you have a sci-fi project? Do you turn around Sigourney Weaver's just like, all right, what's my role?
Mm-hmm. Like,
was it Sigourney Weaver in Men in Black once?
Sigourney Weaver was in fucking Defenders, dude. She will literally do any genre thing as long as she gets to feel like she's having fun. And this role, I think she does a very good job of sort of not playing any specific character or actress from Star Trek history, but like sort of doing an amalgamation of how for the early years of that franchise, it was pretty sexist. It wasn't until halfway through TNG when they kind of like understood how to write women properly. And not just make them sex objects.
Trying. They were bad at it, but they were trying.
Yeah. And then you have TOS where it was literally just short skirts in space. Why?
Hey, I do know one thing. They did retcon it. Those are gender neutral uniforms. There have been dudes who wore the miniskirt.
Yep, that was in TNG. Oh, that was wonderful. And then I think everyone else is kind of like not based on actual character stuff related to Star Trek, but more like just general cheesy sci-fi shows of the past. Like the actor who's a young adult but played a little kid on the show, because it happened like 18 years ago. I think that's more of a callback to like other sort of very much kid appeal shows of that time when TOS came out.
But it could also be a reference to Will Wheaton in Next Generation.
Yeah, and you've got the neurotic sort of engineer guy who I'm sure is calling back to something, but feels like something they just put in this movie because that actor auditioned for a role and they were like, that's fucking hilarious. This guy has a lot of comedic chops with his deadpanness. We got to do something with that.
Didn't he play the alien in Men in Black who got his head shot off?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I literally have no memory of that, but if Cody says yes, I'm taking it as true.
No, I swear to God, it's him. I swear to God, it's him. He's in like both of them.
I know he's in Monk.
Yeah, I recognized him as Monk, even though I've never watched an episode of Monk. I was like, oh, that's Monk.
I only know of Monk because I used to watch Psych.
Oh. And then you have the guy who's literally just a giant parody of Red Shirts, and I kind of love him. He's kind of the best character.
He was in Men in Black.
He was in Men in Black?
And Men in Black 2 and Cars.
Who was he in Cars?
Let's find out. George Carlin?
What?
No, what?
Fillmore? George Carlin.
Oh, he was in Gattaca. He was in Gattaca and Adam Family Values.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to mispronounce his name, but his name is Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, that's
he was
Luigi.
Kids.
He was Luigi in Cars.
All right.
I didn't know George Carlin was Fillmore.
That's kind of crazy. That must have been like right at the end of his life, too.
Oh, shit, it was.
Mm.
Sorry, this isn't what the thing is about.
He was also Master Splinter.
Who?
Tony Shalhoub.
Wait, what?
2014. The fucking Bay Turtles.
He's CGI Splinter? Holy shit.
He's CGI Splinter.
Right, fuck Galaxy Quest. This is the Tony Shalhoub podcast now, because this guy is clearly amazing.
Oh, he was in all of the Spy Kids.
I'm trying to remember who.
He was like a professor or something in Spy Kids, right?
Mr. Alexander Alex Minion.
Oh. Nice. Well, how about that movie we did watch?
I mean, how can you not just die laughing during that attack scene when he calls and like the engine is exploding behind him and he's just like, "Hi guys, they're telling me that the thing cracked and that might be a problem. Just thought you'd want to know."
It's like he is unaware that they're in a genuine situation. He thinks he is on a goddamn drug trip.
Yeah, I think like somebody even asks him at one point, "Are you stoned?" And I think that's kind of the point of the character is he does not give a fuck to the point where it appears he's stoned. Even when this fucking tentacle alien is basically raping him, he's just like, all right, this is happening now. This is what I'm experiencing. Okay.
Hey,
And
you just may be real into hentai.
that's true. That's true. And I mean, they do decide to actually get together at the end of the movie. So who am I to judge?
The bad guy was in Star Trek Voyager.
That makes sense. Also, like the effects on the bad guys in the movie are fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, no, great poetry.
That's the kind of shit I wish we could have in like Toku sometimes, is suits that are that detailed and that articulated. Imagine that as like a Kamen Rider villain. Not a big bad, but like imagine that as a monster of the week in Kamen Rider, Chris.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but also like that'd be so much money.
I know.
Dude, he was Aid in Mass Effect 2. I love that character.
Oh my god. You're still fucking going through it?
It's just impressive. It's surprising. I don't know, like...
Wait, Tony Shalhoub was in Fallout.
Was he?
Makes sense.
Probably.
Fallout post-nuclear role-playing game, 1997, Eridash.
Oh. Fallout.
The OG Fallout.
Right.
I was looking at the bad guy. I like his acting. It's kind of cheesy on purpose sometimes. I just like his voice and his portrayal. It's just, God, the eyes on all these characters really do a lot for it, and it doesn't like pull you out of it at all. I like how like he blasts him out of the sky the first time you see him, and the next time you see him, he's got like the metal eye patch and like the metal arm and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely made out of 90s computer parts.
It's also an amazing like bit of characterness where they talk where the second time you see him, he just has like a dude's head on like a big fork, and he's like, yeah, my lieutenant didn't get our shields up as fast as I wanted him to, so we ate him. And then he just tosses the head off camera, and it makes this really satisfying sounding thud. Like that's classic establishing the villain as a scary badass.
Yeah.
Almost cliche, if you will.
Yeah,
but that's kind of the point. It's great.
Yeah. The thing that has always been burned in my brain about this movie, or the few things, are the what is it? The pneumonia? No, that's Star Wars. The whatever sphere, the energy source for the thing. I always thought that Cerulean.
Yeah, well, something like that. Whatever. It's a dumb sci-fi word.
Yeah, that was always neat. I always thought like the weird ball was cool. The fucking pig. I know it's a dude like hunched over on his legs. Even as a kid, I knew that. But like the nastiness. That's why practical effects is so good. But it's just like, ugh.
Yeah. I also just really enjoyed like some of the more simple stuff they did, like what's his fucking name? Alan Rickman's head. Like that's like walking the line between being believable enough that if it was a TV show you'd let it pass, but also very clearly being a makeup appliance. And I do not believe that he put that on himself for that show that they're at the start of the movie. Like that looks way too professionally applied, but it works in the movie's favor, especially later on when you see it like getting torn and his hair's poking through and shit.
Yeah, right after he goes on a fucking karate binge.
Yeah.
After the one dude on the ship who goes like, "You're my favorite," and he latches onto him and he dies. And he's like, "Fuck this shit."
It's so good. Because, like, you're fully expecting him to just go the whole movie denying that guy and being like, no, fuck you. My character was stupid. It was a cliche. I hate my fans. And then, like, at the end, they've come to an understanding. Like, that's the arc you're expecting. But, like, by halfway through the movie, they're friends. And then he goes and dies. It's just such a satisfying gut punch. I don't know if that phrase has ever been said, satisfying gut punch, but it's good shit, man.
Tim Allen does do a really good, like, over the top William Shatner kind of that bravado that William Shatner to this day has of like, no, I was great. I'm the reason Star Trek was so good.
Yeah. Oh my God! I read William Shatner's autobiography. Excuse me. It is both hilarious and extremely insightful.
It to me, William Shatner is just like the Hulk Hogan of television.
Yes, exactly.
Except minus all the racism and all those shitty things, because like William Shatner's pretty solid, if I remember right.
Yeah, he's egotistical, but he's not like a xenophobic jackass, because he gets what Star Trek is about.
Also, didn't he fucking chastise J.K. Rowling about being a TERF?
He might have. I don't know. I'm not keeping up with that stuff too closely.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Well, good for him.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
I like how in the beginning they adamantly refused all the tropes of like, no, fuck this. We're not, fuck the ship, fuck fight, all this bullshit. But at the end, they are engaging in the tropes full-heartedly. Like the guy, Tim Allen's character loses his shirt like his character would. Yeah. At the end of the battle, Sigourney Weaver's shirt is like pulled all the way down and you can see her bra.
It's very good fun, the way this thing plays around with all those classic Star Trek sci-fi tropes. Like, I love that scene where he's stuck down on the planet, and they're trying to figure out how to beam him back, and he's, like, haphazardly fighting the rock monster, which is such a great parody of Gorn fights. And I, to this day, still quote to people, whenever I can find an excuse, it turned inside out and it exploded.
Also, one of those tentacle alien dudes was fucking one of the characters in The Office.
Yeah. He wasn't around for long, but he was in there.
I was looking at one of them for a little bit, trying to figure out if he was Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Like, there's a lot of fucking actors in here that you go like, wow, I know you from other shit. Okay, cool. Like Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, that I've been trying to get us back to him. He plays the fucking red shirt character, and like he is just having a ball hamming it up in this movie with like he's both full of himself and incredibly insecure.
He's full of himself around the fans because he wants that adoration, but around the people who actually matter, he's like, I'm dead.
Well, by the time he makes it on the ship, like, he looks like he's just in a completely, like, craze-driven, disillusioned state, and he just, like, he thinks he's, like, dreaming.
Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the movie, he's a fucking badass with a cool alien gun, and he's gained self-confidence.
Yeah.
Especially with the great line Tony Shalhoub's character says is like, hey, maybe you're not the red shirt. Maybe you're the comic relief. And it just recontextualizes. It's like, oh yeah, we're not playing a role. We're people. I can be whatever. Cool.
So it's a good little believe in yourself story, especially with the fact that, like, up until that point, he's basically just playing Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2 before he played Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2.
I mean, true.
Uh,
Man, they went nowhere with that character in Marvel as they did with so many.
that is so irritating. But getting on the things that aren't irritating, can I just say I fucking love the ship design in this movie? Like
it evokes the Enterprise without being the Enterprise.
Yeah, it's such a solid design in its own right. Like, I'm surprised there isn't more merchandise of that ship. Like this is one of the very few DreamWorks live action movies. They could probably make a decent chunk of change off of just licensing out that ship's design to like model kit companies and stuff.
At least one model kit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there exists toys.
I am intrigued.
There's props, toys, and the ship.
I mean, they've been trying to make a sequel for a bit now.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that was one of the things I planned on bringing up. It was like last week that I saw that like it finally got like it's finally gaining traction.
Hooray. I would be down for a sequel to this, especially if it's going to play into like more updated tropes of like how hungry we are for sci-fi now on like everything and like how streaming services are messing stuff. Could you imagine like this is about them trying to make a Galaxy Quest streaming show?
I don't know what they could do with it now.
There's a lot of things they could do with it, like, and part of the whole movie is just about fan culture in general, not just like the Earth fans, but also the aliens are fans. That's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they just, no matter how hard it's beaten into them, they just cannot believe that that is a dope looking model, but they cannot believe that it is fake.
And to an extent, that's a condemnation of like fandom of like, you are ridiculous, you are silly and naive and childlike for sticking so adamantly to this kind of. For example, like, I know a shit ton about Marvel, and it's kind of ridiculous that I know more about the physical properties of cosmic rays in Marvel comics than I do about IRL radiation. And like to an extent, Cody, you know so much about Transformers, and Vac, you know so much about Supergirl. Like, we know this shit. It's not real, but we know the information as if it was real.
It captured our imagination in the same way that real world history or engineering or other fucking shit can capture other people's engineering. Like, there are people out there who are as fucking invested in baking as I am in, say, the fucking Doctor Who fucked up timeline.
But, like, to an extent, the movie is saying, yeah, these people are a little weird, but ultimately, their love of this thing can accomplish great things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the movie kind of comes down to. It's, yeah, they got into over their heads. This thing that they love isn't real, but they're taking it as such. But they tried and they were earnest, and it was worth it.
Mm-hmm. Especially at the end of the movie, that's really driven home with all those younger fans who like know all these technical specs and stuff that helps them figure out how to actually make the ship work and save the day. Like, that scene is really endearing because the opening of the film has them at a convention with all these older, like 20-something fans, and those kids are the only ones you see, but those kids, this younger next generation that are still super invested in the movie, but know how to apply this stuff practically, end up helping save the day. Like, there's something really cool about that and kind of hopeful that says something positive about where these like multi-generational franchises can take people.
Yeah. Because, like, if this was a movie even if this was a movie in any other people's hands, it would just be a complete condemnation of fandom and just saying like, these guys are fucking weird.
Yeah,
Look how weird they are.
What's that movie about the Star Wars fans trying to get to Comic-Con? Like, it would turn into that.
No, Fanboys, because I know what the movie you're talking about is a bunch of Star Wars fans trying to get their friend who has terminal cancer to Skywalker Ranch so he can watch episode 1 before he dies.
Oh, that's a big oof.
Especially because he comes out of the theater looking a little like, I want, it was good. And they're sitting at the end of the movie after he's died. They're sitting in the theater. He goes like, "Man, I wonder if it's good. I wonder if he thought it was good."
And did this movie come out before or after episode 1?
It came out this movie came out after episode 1.
Okay.
I think it came out after episode 3.
Wow.
But yeah, like a perfect example. Any other movie, they'd be treated like a bunch of jackasses. But here it's like, no. They're weird, they're a little naive, but they got the heart and they want to do some good.
Yeah. It's a pretty good time, pretty solid little comedy movie. I enjoyed it. And I don't know. Is there anything else we need to say?
All I'll say is that I just looked it up, and it was the article that I had seen. It was about a week or so ago. They just mentioned that, like, apparently they had gotten midway through whatever for the sequel, and that's when Alan Rickman passed away. So they stopped, and it's been kind of like floating around. And the director said, and also Tim Allen, I guess, said that like every couple of months it gets brought up and they talk about it and stuff like that.
I mean,
Tim Allen said it's like in the pipeline in a very creative way. So I don't know.
You could do something with that though, because like Leonard Nimoy has also passed, and I don't mean like make a joke out of their passing. That would be horribly insensitive. But you could make the story based around that. Like, how does this essentially on-screen family pick up after one of the major pillars of that family has left?
I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I'll like partially agree. Also, like, it's who knows, you know?
I mean, easiest sequel that they could make is, oh, wait a second, there's a next generation version of Galaxy Quest. Oh shit, we need to go help save the space aliens again? Alright, the original cast have to help the new guys out, and it's a bunch of wacky shenanigans.
Ooh. Dude, if they do that, you know who they have to bring in to play the not Picard.
Patrick Stewart.
Not Patrick Stewart. Come on, who's the other Professor X?
Oh god.
Oh god.
He has comedy chops. I have seen him in some comedies. He's not bad.
Oh no, I was just like going like, oh yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be a good little like wink and nod.
Him and Michael Fassbender are what saved the latest X-Men movie, by the way.
Oh wow, good for them. Oh wait, I've heard that movie's crap.
Wait, they're in New Mutants?
Oh no, the one before New Mutants.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that could be interesting. I don't know. I was just gonna say, like, them trying to do things after certain people have passed. I've not seen it done a bunch. I mean, obviously, Star Wars, the new ones did that, but I mean, they kind of got more planned out after that. We haven't, like, the new Ghostbusters are going to come out. And I mean, obviously, these are, like, different level pop culture things. But still, like, the new Ghostbusters is going to come out. But this one's going to be with heart and love towards Egon, which is what I wanted from the beginning. But we don't know how that even looks yet. So who knows about that one.
IDW made a sequel comic.
Galaxy Quest?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, I kind of want to read that.
I guess just to put a little like topping on, or final thoughts would be just like, I don't know. I've always liked I just like any. Actually, hang on. Let me see if this isn't the same studio that did Men in Black.
Men in Black was 21st Century Fox, wasn't it?
Maybe. All I know, it's a Malibu comic.
Malibu. When was the last time Malibu published anything?
They're when Marvel bought them.
Yeah, they're as extinct as Top Cow.
Top Cow does things for Image, don't they?
DreamWorks.
Yeah, DreamWorks made Galaxy Quest. This was like one of their few live-action movies early on when Spielberg was in charge.
No, Men in Black is Sony.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Just like this era of like prop design, I've always admired. Any prop design, probably any practical prop design, but like
the 90s were the best decade for practical effects by far.
Yeah. God, I can't really think of anything else I haven't already said.
Yeah, because
I haven't said a lot.
90s also had trimmers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was one note that I made. The shuttle, the little pod that they use, the landing craft, looks exactly like the landing craft from Galador.
What the hell is Galador?
Exactly.
Jinx, you owe me a soda, Chris.
I don't know if I want to tell you.
Fuck you. You don't have to. I'm fucking looking it up.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, you're gonna have a.
What the fuck? I know what you're talking. What the fuck? This is the thing. Oh my god, this is the Lego thing.
Yeah, okay, you found it. Yeah, you found it. That's
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this. What the fuck,
that.
Dude?
It was it was like the 13-year-old toy line before they made Bionicles.
This was before Bionicles?
Yeah.
This is like Boingo Core, but for Cody.
So, it's kind of similar. It was a live-action TV show that was definitely made in like the UK or that side of things.
New Zealand.
Whatever. And it was aired here. It was interesting. The figures, obviously you can see why it probably didn't go that well. I liked it because I like any toy that has a play pattern like that. But man, did they not look good. The robots and the aliens were my favorite.
According to Wikipedia, it was made in the Canadas.
Ah.
The main character's name is Nick Bluetooth.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was I'm gonna put this on the list.
No, yeah, fucking do it.
Where's the pin?
Oh fuck. Do I have to wait for you to do that before I spin the wheel?
Absolutely, I'm doing it right now.
Oh damn it!
It might not matter because
if we have to watch this shit next week, Cody, I'm gonna be very upset. And by very upset.
You have been through hardcore my kind of shit. Let's do some hardcore Cody shit.
Oh.
It's probably not good.
I'll be kicking and screaming. Should Cody type this line? Sorry. Okay. Let me fucking get all this in this random selector, because anything left to say about Galaxy Quest before I spin the wheel?
Solid movie, really cool. I wish more movies had that kind of practical effects shit.
Yeah.
I like the scene wherever the gun gets smashed and then it's made out of blue.
Yeah, that was dope. That was fun.
Whoever made this episode should die is a great reaction gif. Anyways, I'm spinning the wheel now.
Okay,
Do
cool.
it.
Next
Also, I
week
put the
on Analytical Fanboys, we will be discussing...
Don't leave us in suspense.
It's taking a while.
We have a lot of things on there.
Yeah. I don't know what's floating there.
That'd be a nice one to watch.
Yeah.
God damn it, that's 3 in a row for me. We're talking about the Iron Giant next week.
I don't even have to watch it.
You say that, but then you'll be like, I rushed home from work in order to watch it this week, like you are before every recording.
I've done it several. I know I've tried to come home early from work before, but whatever. Yeah.
This is your second favorite movie, right next to RoboCop, right, Cody?
Just about. Yeah. Hey, we've done. Hey, nice. How about
And
that?
I put it on the list because it's up there as one of my favorites. I don't know what number it is, but it's up there.
God, how am I gonna? I don't even know how to talk about that one.
Oh, you have to. Hey! You just have to say one word.
Superman.
All right. Okay, Cody. I guess you better go take a piss because Chris Dynamite was fucking dope these last 2 weeks.
Oh hell yeah! Fuck yeah!
My favorite wrestler lost his belt, and it was my new angle of the year. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
You book things really well, Fac. That's what you do.
Oh my
but
god!
No, fucking Hangman.
Hangman. Oh, the beautiful baby boy.
Broken baby boy.
All he wanted was to preserve some friendships, and he ended up destroying them all.
Dude, someone pointed out, if you look on the bar, there's 2 beers poured for FTR. They never showed up.
They were playing him the whole damn time, and he didn't realize it. Like, he is... I am almost certain FTR is going to squash him and Kenny at All Out, and he's going to be left all on his own because Kenny's going to... they probably won't do it on All Out, but on BTE, Kenny will probably be like, motherfucker, your head has not been in the game at all this entire run. I've been carrying you on my back, and I'm sick of it. We just lost the titles because of you fucking us over, not getting another match with the Bucks, who we now know we could have beaten. This is ridiculous. I'm done. You're not even in the Elite anymore. I'm going to go hang out with my real friends. That's coming. I guarantee you that is coming, and it's going to be horrifying to watch.
Know what I want? FTR beat them, and that's because fucking Hangman's just in a daze. He doesn't know he's lost, and Kenny just looks at him, and goes like, "You know what? Time to clean house," and goes full cleaner on fucking Hangman.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cleaner Kenny Omega goes for the belt. He gets it, and then Hangman fucking goes hard and trains and fights till he can get the belt.
Oh, dude. You could parody this back into Dark Order because they split off. Kenny starts going for the main title, and you have Hangman all down in the dumps, and Dark Order's like, hey, didn't you message our website that one time? There's always room for one more. Don't you want to come over here? And he's like, fuck you. I may be down and in my lowest point, but I am not that low.
It goes for the fucking title belt.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and he has to fight like every member of the Dark Order to get it.
Yes. That should be a thing with whoever, even if it's not Hangman, whoever they set up against Dark Order for the TNT title, they have to go through everyone before Brody Lee will give them a title shot. And fucking MJF's campaign has been absolutely wonderful. I don't know about you, but I am so into how they are like doing all this classic heel shit and like building up new stars through it, but still keeping the focus squarely on look at how much of a dickbag MJF is, and look at your hero John Moxley being defiant against him and constantly pulling the wool out over him. He's totally got this. He's totally got this. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I think MJF should win it all out. I think if we're doing the Trump parody, we gotta go all the way.
No, I want my Moxley.
But can you imagine the fucking bragging rights MJF is gonna have for decades going on that he is the youngest ever AEW World Champion?
Moxley.
Make it as screwy as possible. I don't care. It has to happen.
But no, that was good. Eddie Kingston fucking making a goddamn faction out of nothing.
And showing that he's going to betray them inevitably.
Oh, like Casino Battle Royale is going to be fucking stacked.
Oh, I love how much they're building the Casino Battle Royale, dude. I'm losing my shit at them making a big deal out of people declaring for that thing. Because that used to be a thing with the Royal Rumble back in the day. Was like in Raw and SmackDown for the weeks leading up to it, there would be all these questions of like, who's going to declare? Who's going to throw their hat in the ring? Who's going to be it? And they'd always leave like that space of 5 surprises, but you would have a bunch of names actually storyline confirmed instead of just announced like they are ahead of time now. And they don't do that anymore, and so seeing that used on TV again is fucking great. I love it so much.
Darby, Ricky Starks, Murder Hawk, Brian Cage. Oh.
Dude, how hard did you squeal when fucking Team Taz walked out to confront Lance Archer and Jake the Snake?
That was, look, it's the fucking Flintstones.
I was like, oh my god, they're just putting the Beefy Boys together. It's so perfect.
So good. It's great. And oh man, I can't wait to see Beef Boy Spectacular. Pentagon, Brian Cage, Lance Archer.
Luchasaurus.
Like, just get those 4 guys in the middle of a ring and just fucking kick and punch each other.
Mm-hmm. And, I will agree it's not being built as much as it could be, but I am very excited for Thunder Rosa versus Hikaru Shida. Like, they are building that up as, like, a big money, high tension between these 2 athletes kind of match. Like, it feels like a classic sport kind of build.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait to see Thunder Rosa on AEW. It's going to be great. Swole versus Britt Baker is going to be fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Like I posted it on Twitter. I'm gonna say it again here. Mark Sterling versus John Moxley is a real match that is going to air on national television next week. What a time to be alive.
Goddamn. I wonder if he's going to be a wrestler or if he's going to be a normal guy trying to wrestle in terms of like in-ring stuff.
I think this is how I would book it, because going with MJF's gimmick of like he's this dopey shithead who's actually got some ring acumen, you could have the Mark Sterling like act like he doesn't know what he's doing for the first half of the match and then go, psych bitch, I'm an indie wrestler, and then like actually pull some shit out on him to give Moxley a run for his money before Moxley actually beats him. I think you either do that or you go straight up, no, he's just a lawyer, and he gets squashed in a minute.
No. It needs to be 5 minutes, and he just does paradigm shifts the whole time. He does like 20 paradigm shifts, and that's it.
Well, like Mark Sterling is trying to do IRS shit. I'll sue. Yeah, fuck you. God, is there anything else? Oh yeah, I said this to you when we were watching that segment unfold, because we watched Saturday Night Dynamite together. There needs to be a match when travel opens up again. there needs to be a match for control of the Eddie Kingston faction between Eddie Kingston and Pac. Because Pac's going to come back and he's going to be like, Lucha Brothers, what the fuck? I thought we were doing Death Triangle. I get stranded in Europe and now you're with this guy? What the hell?
Hey, we can be Death Triangle. We're just Death Hexagon.
Yes. But yeah, AEW is fucking baller this week and last week, and it's gonna be baller again this next week. And fucking All Out is almost here. It totally snuck up on me, and I am super pumped to watch that. We're gonna do that after next week's AF, right?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so there's nothing else to say on AF. I guess let's go on to some weekly vibes. And Cody, if you're still here, you should go first because we've just been talking up a storm these last 15 minutes.
I am still here. I was trying to think about what I was going to talk about today because I got some more of those ya boys junk bots. I was scared because I bought another $20 pack, and I was like, man, I hope I don't get like the same 4 characters again. And I did.
You still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him. You're good, Code.
Hello?
Back?
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we hear you back.
Okay. Cody got really quiet on my end, and I got scared for a second.
Okay.
Can you hear me normally?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay. I was scared that I was going to get like doubles, but I didn't. And they're all fantastic, and I love them, so I love it even more. They're all great. But I think the thing I'll really talk about, because it's what I'm going to do immediately after we're done with this, and it's definitely neat. I know, Vac, you don't play video games, and I
Not
know
regularly.
it's a heated thing to bring up, but I've been playing Fortnite.
Oh, wow. You 14-year-old.
I buy action figures constantly, so yes. The new season of Fortnite started like 2 days ago. And for Vac
What
who doesn't
episode are you
know,
on?
I mean, yeah, it's season X or whatever. Every couple of months they like do these world. Do you know anything about Fortnite at all, or do I have to like tell you what it is?
I know it's a shooter, and I know there's building, and I know there's a lot of wacky characters.
All right, so you don't know the most important part. So the map, it's a living game for one, and the map is constantly getting slight tweaks to it. There's like a canonical, there's like a canon within the game, you know, there's like, and that's the most interesting thing they do. Fortnite does the living game stuff very well. They have to put the people, like Epic puts people through hell for that. But they do the living game thing well. It's just always interesting to see like what new gameplay gimmick the new season's gonna have. Sometimes it's like a different game mode. One time they did an in-game crossover where you were either the Chitauri or you were on the you were like the good guys, which is just like any Fortnite person. And so you'd play as the Chitauri, collect the stones, and then whoever picked up a stone got to play as Thanos and beat people's ass. It was actually a lot of fun. Well, 2 seasons ago, there's a battle pass every time, like every season, and they always have like a bunch of skins and stuff to unlock, and they're always part of the story. They've always done a secret character, and the secret character before in the early seasons was something that you had to do all this crazy stuff and complete every week of challenges throughout like the roughly 3 or 4 months that they run it. Or it's 9 weeks, so you know, whatever. And you have to complete all the challenges to get like this special character. And I got a lot of the old ones. I didn't play it for a little while. But they started making it a little bit easier. And 2 seasons ago, whenever they did the whole Fortnite X thing, which was like the whole map got changed, the whole game got graphics revamp and everything like that. The secret character was really easy to get, and it was Deadpool. And it was like good Deadpool. Like he is like the character model is on it, and you could do special challenges to get the X-Force version of Deadpool. You could also get an unmasked variant. They put skins in the game for Cable, Domino, and Psylocke. And what I have now realized, because I bought Cable because I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Because
It's
he's
Asian
actually
Psylocke, right?
I can't remember. I can't remember what the skin looked like because it's not constantly in the game. It's like it was up there for like 3 days and then gone, and that's how those skins work. They cycle them out. But the special ones like actual John Wick or the Star Wars ones or the Air Jordan crossover, that stuff rarely ever gets cycled back unless the companies agree to do so. Anyways, but the thing I was getting to about fucking time traveling guy. His design is literally a sideshow collectible statue that they just released. A 1-to-1, like they must have just got those people to like send over the files to put the skin in the game. Somehow it works. It's like Fortnite'd, but whatever. Anyways, so that was the first time they did like some crazy character like that. They had done a Black Widow and a Star-Lord before. The Black Widow was really cool, but like you had to buy it. But this time, like Deadpool was part of the thing. And he did this whole like Deadpool took over Fortnite thing, and it was fun. Then the season they just did, it was actually DC's turn. They put like Batman skins in the game and stuff like that, and the secret character was Aquaman because the whole map got submerged in water.
Nice.
And was this when they were releasing Deadpool 2 and Aquaman to theaters?
No.
Okay.
The Deadpool thing was like a couple months ago. And then the Aquaman one just ended. That lasted for 3 months. And it just ended a couple days ago. That's why like it was weird just to see it because it's a Jason Momoa Aquaman. Deadpool is just like straight out of the comic, but it's Jason Momoa Aquaman. The whole thing I'm leading up to, though, all of this has just been like setting you up so you understand how the game works. This season has me into the game more than ever before, and I've always low-key loved the game because I've been with it since like before the very start. Because I know I've mentioned it before, but I actually got to like go to Orlando and meet the developers for Fortnite before Battle Royales were even a thing. Yeah, I went to what's the
like an alpha build?
The alpha. I got a shirt to prove it and all kinds of crazy stuff. But that was neat. That was when the game was just PvE. But anyways, this season it was like rumored that like the secret character was going to be Wolverine, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna do like put a Marvel character in there. But I'm like, that's weird because it makes sense for Deadpool just to be like injected into something that has nothing to do with him because that's Deadpool. It made sense for Aquaman to be there because it was just all of this, stuff. It was obviously DC just trying to get into that. Well, no. The reason why it fits in is because the entire fucking battle pass, the entire new season of Fortnite, the entire map, dude, like, Chris, you're gonna love this for one. Like it's really cool. It's all Marvel. Every skin is Marvel. It ties directly in with Thor 2020. The brand new Thor, how he's King of Asgard, Herald of Galactus.
Whoa. Okay, wait. What the fuck? Okay, wait a second.
Yeah. Yes.
So the Fortnite planet is one of the planets Thor is taking Galactus to eat to fight the darkness?
Yes.
What
the fuck?
That is fucking sick, dude.
I don't know if it's canon in the comic itself, but at the end of last season, a comic appeared in the main menu that you could read, and it's Thor issue number 1. But then it starts like, then all of a sudden, like, what happens is like Galactus sees like this thing, and he's like, "Whoa, this other like universe, this other like planet is like there's some crazy energy there, and like I have to like eat it." I have to consume this. And Thor's like, no, like, think of like who you like. He's like, no, don't do it, essentially. And so, like, he goes ahead to warn them. He goes ahead to the planet to warn them, and when he lands, the weird energy affects Thor too, and he forgets why he's come there. He remembers for the most part who he is and what he does, but he forgot why he's come there, you know, so it can fit into like the Fortnite series. Because like all throughout like everything, there's always been like this crazy rift stuff. They tie it in with the storm. There's all these kinds of crazy energy things and energy zombies, and like that's how the map flooded in the first place, is because there was a character in the like one of the last seasons who like tinkered with something and it just did crazy stuff. And there's all kinds of like galaxy and like other universe jumping. But no, so this series, because there's also big events that happen in game, right? Live in game. This series, the way it ties in is like the first skin you get in the battle pass is Herald of Galactus Thor. Every single character has their own challenges. The characters are the first one is Thor, and you eventually get a challenge, and oh my god, for one, it like none of it is barely like I can't even see anything moving. Doctor Doom is one of the skins you could play as. Also, like they've taken over the map, and Doctor Doom has like it's like Doom's domain, and he kind of starts making all the places look like a little like Latvarian. But he's an NPC you could fight live in game, and if you defeat him, you get his gauntlets, and they're like overpowered and broken because it's Doctor Doom. And it's so fun just to like destroy buildings and kill actual players with Doctor Doom's gauntlets.
I really want to see some gameplay footage of this. This sounds awesome.
I was thinking about streaming it, and like just putting it on YouTube or whatever, or something, because I've been really enjoying it and it's really interesting. So the characters, let me see if I can pull up a full roster.
See, that makes total sense because I saw one of the trailers and I was like, oh, that's the current design of Thor. It's interesting that they're using that and not like the old school, like with the discs Thor. Because the current version of Thor has like a bright goddamn rune on his chest. So, and that's the version that they were using, and it's like, oh, sweet, because I love that design.
Yeah, so, and dude, like, I don't know if you know how like the emotes work in the game, but you have like an emote wheel, and they started doing characters with like built-in emotes. Here's the lineup for the characters, by the way. It's Cosmic Thor, She-Hulk, then you get Storm, then you get Mystique, Groot, Iron Man, Doctor Doom. It's Bleeding Edge Iron Man, so the skin you unlock is actually Tony Stark. And so every time you unlock a character in this battle pass, you get challenges to unlock their alternate appearances or whatever. It's all white, like super badass Storm, and then her alternate is actually Punk Storm.
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit, is Donny Cates is writing Thor right now?
Yeah, Donny Cates is writing. Dude, Donny Cates is like Marvel's fucking.
They put a rocket on that dude's ass.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing Venom and Thor.
That's insane.
I haven't even got to like the craziest part of this.
We'll keep going then.
I'm trying. It's just like so like for one, you do the challenges for Thor, and you get to like eventually power up. Like for one, you get a pickaxe that only what I thought was Thor could use, but then I found out that there's one other character in the game, because they put him in there as a buyable skin before. Only Thor and Captain America can use Thor's hammer as a pickaxe. Dude, like, are you kidding me?
That's like, fucking perfect.
But you could do an emote as Cosmic Thor, and he actually just glows blue with cosmic energy, and then you could run around like that. For Tony Stark, you play as the skin of Tony Stark, and he's in like the gray suit for the nanites for the Bleeding Edge, and then you do an emote, and the nanites come out, and then you're Iron Man.
Awesome.
Apparently Mystique has a emote where she could like take the form of somebody else, another player in the game. And people are saying that it might be broken because it gives some sort of advantage, because you get to disguise yourself as another skin.
But it's not like spies have never been a thing in games before.
Yeah. She-Hulk, is it Jennifer Walters?
Yes.
that's the skin you unlock, and then you unlock the ability to get to do an emote and then rage out and power up as She-Hulk. Like, there's so many deep cuts that I just did not expect. Like, there's a bunch of Sentinels on the map with like claw marks. They just like warped in a section, and like it doesn't even match the surroundings. It doesn't even match the Fortnite stuff. There's a task. The guy who made the Sentinels, it's like a task truck.
Trask.
Yeah, Trask. It's a Trask convoy, and it's just like warped in, and there's like a red line around it where like it's literally like a ball that like Terminator style warped in from a different dimension.
Oh yeah.
And see, that's what Thor does in the comic. Is he uses the Bifrost and he contacts Lady Sif to like he's like, I called on some of my most powerful allies. And you know it's like Wolverine and like Doom's there, and I'm like, yeah, sure, Doom and whatever. By the way, Groot has a emote that lets Rocket on his back, which is awesome. Silver Surfer surfboard is a usable thing in the game, which is badass. There's like so much cool shit. There's like helicarrier or the spawn base is the helicarrier, but here's like the kicker. Here's what the entire season is leading up to. You have to fight Galactus.
Ooh.
And live in the game, you could see him like just barreling towards the island. Right now he's just like a tiny red speck on the horizon, and every day he's getting visually closer. And it's going to lead up to like a massive in-game event.
That is so sick.
Okay,
and like
what if like one of the like what if there's like a secret item for the nullifier?
I don't even know. There's so many deep cuts because like all of Doom's abilities has actual Kirby crackle in them, and it just looks so good. Like if you know what it is, it's so good. There's a glider in the battle pass, and you don't unlock any more gliders. Well, that's not true. Every character has their own individual glider because Thor's glider is a built-in thing where he just spins his hammer and flies around with that shit, and it looks so good. Doom just like hovers with his gauntlets, like oh my god, man, they did it so good. It's like
I think it might be time for us to get into Fortnite.
On what? How? The only thing I can do it on is my Switch.
On blood, sweat, and tears.
It's just like the gliders have different actual comic book covers on it, and the name of the glider will be like, oh, you unlocked this variation. It's like She-Hulk, Volume 2, Episode like 1 or something like that. And like, it's just like so much stuff where I'm like, man, like you really like they really did it, and it's nothing to do with the movies. It's like you totally expect it just to be nothing but movie stuff, but no, it's nothing but core comic stuff. And like I could only see it like bringing kids into like the new 2020 Thor, which I was gonna read anyways because I was interested in it. And then it's boom in my face in the thing that I'm trying to consume, and all of the like this good span of characters who are from like every corner.
This is the kind of cross promotion that comics have been needing for decades. Like, I love that you put it that way at the end there, Cody, because if Marvel keeps doing stuff of this nature, and if DC tries to do stuff like this, like, it will be as helpful as the fact that we keep pushing for comics back in grocery stores. You need to get that shit in people's faces where they are.
Yeah, and like, here's the thing: this version of Thor is like this year. It's this recent. It's like it's not like a couple of years old. It's like now.
Dude. Like it's literally like the first episode came out like last month or something like that. The first thing came out. No, it's disgustingly new. Also, here's the gameplay. If you watch the gameplay, you could see that like every character has like actual ability.
I appreciate She-Hulk's arms.
Oh yeah, dude, man.
These are videos I will be watching after the recording. Chris, what the fuck is your vibe for this week?
I haven't done anything major, like significant. I've just been watching some YouTube. So I was thinking, just go through my history and talk about some interesting videos.
Okay.
I watched a comparison between a 2020 Mercedes Maybach and the cheapest Maybach they could get their hands on, which is still $79,000.
Yeah.
It was a car review by Throttle House. They're a good channel. I really enjoy them. Let's see. I watched some Rap Critic talk about some rap. I watched Yahtzee's Zero Punctuation Fall Guys review.
How was that? What do you think?
It was a good video. I liked it. I've been watching there's a YouTube channel called Characters Welcome, which is basically a bunch of improv actors making up a character and doing like a little monologue. Some of them are funny. This one was, oh God, our cancer cure was invented by a pedophile. Which is a woman who comes on stage and basically like to a shareholder meeting. It's just like, good news, guys. We invented a cure for childhood cancer. Only problem is the guy who invented it is a pedophile. What do we do?
It's pretty good.
And she says some choice lines of like, thankfully he doesn't find my son attractive. I watched there's a guy called Ben Heck. I think he did a maker show on a different channel, but he made an automatic mask with servos that he pushes a button and it closes up on his face, and he pushes the button again and it opens.
That's dope.
I want to build it just because it's super fucking cyberpunk and it looks neat.
Did you watch Eye Patch Wolf's new wrestling video?
About heels? Yes.
Yeah, I watched that today finally. Oh God. Choice shit.
Oh yeah. I know it's partially because there's not a ton of examples, but I wish he wouldn't in more AEW stuff. But I understand using MJF as a great example.
Yeah. Well, MJF's like the one you go to.
Also, I enjoy his fucking takedown of New Jack. Fuck New Jack.
Yeah, New Jack is an asshole. Please don't kill me, New Jack.
Another one of those characters improv videos is guy fucks his bully's dad. And the thumbnail I have seen that concept going around in memes and stuff recently. And the thumbnail just says, I topped your dad. And in the video it says, oh, you're wondering where your mom was? She was watching.
Oh,
it's fucking great. Let's see, what's some other things? Some Craftsman, Steady Crafting.
God, I love Craftsman so much.
Craftsman's so good. He's
holding my mental state together.
Have I shown you Craftsman back?
I don't think so.
He's a dude who makes stuff. He's a maker, but he presents his videos with a hand puppet.
Huh.
And he has like a Bob Ross cadence, but with like a Louisiana accent.
Okay.
So he's really calming, and he's like, all right, guys, and you can do it like this. No, you can do it like this. The other way, you just make stuff.
All right. Find me one of this guy's best videos and send it my way. I'll give him a look. He sounds cool.
Yeah, just remind me in a bit because
there's an episode I was watching with my friends Delta and Lydia while we were hanging out one Thursday, and like I freaked out in the middle of it, and I was like, "Hold the fuck on," because it's like a puppet, like Chris said. But I was like, "No, hold the fuck on!" It blinked, and like for no reason, in the middle of one of his videos, he made the puppet blink, and it's like it's a blink if you miss it thing, but like, and like we like rolled it back a little bit, and then like everyone's just like freaking out because we're like, why did he do that? I don't like it. Like
fucking detail, man.
Oh, he's so good.
He's so good. Like he does, because me and you, Cody, have talked about like doing our own independent artist-driven toy line. That's basically like 50% of the things he does is making tiny little toys.
Oh yeah, he's got a really good Like a lot of the stuff he does is very useful just for like me, just to know, or it's like things that like I know how to do and I just like watching him do it. Like it's great. He covers all different types of things. It's not just like one type of thing.
No, he's the reason I want to try needle felting one day.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Comic Pop. They basically do riffs on big event comics, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We may be getting close to like stuff that's not that interesting. Donut Media doing the Money Pit show, where it's basically one of the guys who works for them, who is more mechanically inclined, got a Miata, and it's basically the whole series is, all right, here's how you do this one singular car modification that you can do. And here's the ways you can do it, and here's how you can look at it budget-wise and why you would want to do it.
That's pretty good.
Like, genuinely, that's the thing that makes me think, oh, I could probably actually work on a car.
Yeet.
If you can learn a thing, you can do a thing.
Yeah. I've been rewatching a lot of Worthy Kids stuff. The guy who does fucking Big Top Burger.
I know what you're talking about. I love it.
Yeah. He did a fan song about the Bumblebee movie.
Oh. I will have to listen.
Like Transformers Bumblebee or like the B movie?
Like Transformers Bumblebee. Because he had to like... Because it was on his music channel and it's a little bit older. But essentially he had a show where he reviewed movies. And he would write a song to go with them. So he has like a fan song about Aelita, a fan song about... And that's the one about Bumblebee.
Oh, hell yeah.
I watched Kaiser Beam's Kyoto video about Castle Cagliostro.
Excellent.
Yeah. You probably saw that viral, like a video being shared around of just like a bunch of game audio from Daisy from the Mario series, just animated. I watched a bunch of his videos just because he's a pretty good animator. Wrestle Talk.
Garbage.
I just skip forward when they start doing like saying shit. I go like, fuck that.
I haven't watched them in like 2 weeks now. They're full on YouTube heels to me at this point. Except for Adam. Adam's fine. Adam can stay.
Speaking of heels, dude, they're doing a storyline where Ollie Davis fired Luke Owens.
Yeah, I saw that thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, in my history, Analytical Fanboys discuss Terminal.
Hey! It us.
It is us. Oh, I want some Aquabats.
Hey!
Fuck yeah, the Aquabats. Like, genuinely, have you seen the Aquabat Super Show?
I've seen stuff about it.
I've seen some of it.
That's the kind of shit I want to do. I want it in that flavor and feel, and it's just fun and just everybody having fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be about it, because now we're getting into my sleep playlist, which is what I put on when I'm trying to get to bed.
That's an interesting topic. Cody, do you listen to anything when you go to bed?
I do partake in ASMR, not every night, but usually. Some of my top favorite ASMR artists, I like seeing that also. Ephemeral Rift is probably like one of the best ones. He's a great like content creator. I love the absolute shit out of like everything he does. Here, I'll link to y'all my favorite video, and I'll say it live in the thing. It's not the Nothing Man, but like it's the Nothing Store, I think. Ephemeral. All right, it's just
What,
in my console.
what about you, Chris? What's your general kind of go to sleep mood?
It depends. Some days it's Bob Ross, pretty typical. Some days it's like hour-long video game and not like dry analysis is like
Matthew Matosis.
Matthew Matosis is one. King K is another. Shay May, a couple of his videos are in there. Some Super Bunny Hop, that kind of stuff. But like, here's the thing. I also have like 2 fans blaring at my head and a bunch of bright lights, so I have a night mask now.
Huh.
Because
Link?
I saw it.
No, I mean, post a link of what your night mask, dude. I want to see what it looks like.
No, it was just like one that came with the weighted blanket we got my sister, but no one else was using it. But I realized, wait a second, it takes me a bit to go to sleep because there's a bunch of bright lights coming off of one of the fans and I can't turn them off. This would probably be helpful there. And it has been. It's like a blanket for your face.
I could probably assist in fixing that.
For about 4 years now, I have gone to sleep pretty much every night with the same 1 hour loop of Guts' theme from the old Berserk anime.
What the fuck?
Are you a serial killer?
No, have you heard that fucking song? It's
The
like
only song I know is like the theme song.
No. Hey, hang on, I'll get you the short version so you guys can listen to it for a second, because I want you to understand this is like not an intense song at all.
I mean, I believe that. It's probably really serene. There's a Donkey Kong Country 2 theme that's like, it doesn't even sound like game music. I was just like,
Is it the water one?
I think so. My roommate used to play it, and I was just like, fuck, what is this? I think I know this. What is this? And I did know it.
Yeah, but I put that shit on, and generally I'm out by the time that's done. Like I'll just kind of I tried a face mask once. It wasn't for me. I'm just kind of more a stare at the ceiling, or maybe one of my plushes, to use the adult term, till I fall asleep kind of guy.
See, here's the thing. When I go to sleep, I'm everything is covered except my head. And I just kind of slowly get into a smaller ball as I can, or I stretch out as like not even like a star, just like a straight fucking rod.
Oh, nice.
I have to have like complete and utter like blackout.
I mean, I like it dark, but I also like seeing a look. And like I shift position. I didn't used to. I used to be like the only person in my family who would just lie straight down and be good. But now I shift position like at least 5 times before I go to sleep.
Here's the thing. It's either on my back or my left side.
That's usually where I end up, yeah.
The only thing I could see...
Like, I can't go to sleep...
And just for kayfabe purposes, I will say, yeah, there are some nights where I straddle that Supergirl body pillow.
Oh, Jesus.
You didn't have to do that.
For kayfabe purposes, people, for kayfabe.
It doesn't stop the fact that we had to hear that phrase.
I know, but I'm kind of just living a meme at this point, brother. Like, nobody else cares, but that's my thing. That's my product. That's my brand. I gotta push it.
I care because I have to listen to this shit.
I love that you're like cutting out during that too. Oh my god. But enough discussion about sleep. God, what the fuck do I talk about for my vibe this week? Because I got stuff in that I just recently finished and I kind of want to talk about, but I also got stuff and I think you guys are going to be kind of interested in.
PCP?
Well, I have been listening to a lot of PCP this week. They finally got their channel back, so they just bulk uploaded every podcast they recorded while the channel was taken away from them. But no, I wasn't gonna talk about them. I was going to talk about fuck it. I got my bubbly Jericho in. Literally the day before we recorded last time, and I hadn't opened it yet, but I went and opened it like the next day, and I took some photos of it, and wow, that figure is neat. That's a real neat little 6-inch action figure that comes with a whole lot of shit because you get Jericho, you get a little bit of the bubbly shirt, like the actual shirt you can buy on AEW shop, but it's sized for a 6-inch action figure, and it is cloth. It just like goes around him and velcros on the back. And you get a microphone, you get a table, you get the hors d'oeuvre platter, and the thing of olives is a separate piece, so you can reenact him pulling it out and being like, "This one's got a little guy in it." You get a bucket of ice, 2 different champagne bottles, one of which is sculpted to be open, one of which is sculpted still corked, and you get 2 glasses, 2 like plastic glasses, not red Solo cups because they're yellow, but like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's a fuck ton of shit for one $30 figure. Oh, you also get the AEW World Championship. I don't know how I didn't remember to say that. But like, yeah, that's a lot of shit, and the articulation on him is really good. I definitely say it's a step above Mattel's WWE figures, but it's also like a step or 2 behind what Hasbro is doing right now. Like, there's no butterfly joints. The chest articulation is there, but the range is kind of lacking. And also, he doesn't have like the what's it called? The barbell ball jointed neck. That he just has a regular ball jointed neck, which is still really good articulation, and the detail on the figure is great too, because like the tattoos are scarily accurate. Like I can make out in exacting clean detail what all of those tattoos on his arms are, whereas if you showed me like high res pictures of Chris Jericho, I couldn't tell you what the fuck his tattoos are. And the joint, the actual like strength of the joints is really good too, because almost everything feels like it's a ratchet joint or a pseudo ratchet joint, where it's got like this nice strong clickiness to it. There's no lucidity to anything, which I was very pleasantly surprised by, because I expect everything to be not loose, but like just average, not ratcheted joint tolerances. And I gotta say, like, I've never had a toy wrestling table for figures before, but I really like the one they packed in with this, because like it goes together really nice and it looks fully convincing, but also all you have to do is drop a figure on it and it perfectly collapses in. Like, I was testing out pretty much every 6-inch figure I had, and it worked, which was great fun, especially with all the accessories on there. Just having all that shit pile on top of a figure is hilarious. But yeah, no, Ringside exclusive Bubbly Jericho, great start to the AEW line. It's technically it's technically figure number 9, but it's still good, and I like it. I'm looking forward to the regular release of Jericho. I'm looking forward to the rest of the AEW figures whenever the fuck they show up here. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. I also got the Ringside exclusive Edgeheads. They're Mattel WWE figures.
Nice.
But here's the thing: you can't make them the other guys because they have all of Edge's tattoos.
They have actually gone on record to say that in their first appearance as the Edgeheads during that, I believe it was Survivor Series match, and then on Raw the next night, they did have the tattoos painted onto themselves.
Okay. All right, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say, unless you guys want to hear me talk about Gem and the Holograms. I really feel like nobody cares about me being into Gem and the Holograms, given the reception it's gotten in every server I posted about it. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and wrap this episode up. Cody, tell everybody what you do and where they can find your content if you want them to.
I'm going to start off with Twitch this time, because I think I'm actually going to start trying to stream some of this Marvel shit.
Hey.
And also maybe a little bit of Wasteland 3. As soon as I can figure out. All right, Twitch is Snowcone83, no space, no capital S. PlayStation is Snowcone83, capital S, no space. Xbox is Snowcone83 with a space and a lowercase. I don't know. Snowcone83 on most things. Never underscore robot. I swear to God if I got that wrong again. No, I got it right this time. Fuck you. Never underscore robot is my Instagram. And that's it.
And Chris, what do you do and where can people find your content if you want them to?
Howdy, my name is Chris Boing, I write a Gaston. I make video, essay, editorial kind of thingamajigs. You can find me on Boingo Writer on YouTube. I'll link to that in the description. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Boingo_writer. Links to those are in the description. I posted a picture of a snake.
Hey.
And if you would like, you can join my Discord server. Link to that is in the description. Whoa.
Excellente. And I am the Vacuuminator, your modular king of the content ring. I make all kinds of stuff over on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/thevacuuminator. Haven't posted anything in a hot minute, though. That's because I'm in kind of the reacquisitioning phase, kind of working on some other stuff, kind of moving and shaking behind the scenes. Maybe it's because I've got some other stuff I need to get ready for right now. Don't worry, don't rush me. I'll be back when I'm back. But hey, I'm still posting toy photography over on Instagram.com/thevacuuminator, and I'm always around on Twitter. I don't know. I don't really use Twitter that much anymore. I kind of had a need to give Twitter a fucking break moment last week, but I'm still checking it occasionally. So at the Vacuuminator on Twitter, if you are so inclined. And hey, you know what else you should be inclined to? You should be inclined to subscribing and ringing the bell to enable notifications for Modular Media right here on YouTube, where you're listening to this podcast, so you can get every episode of the podcast as it comes out. But don't forget about this episode in particular. If you want to help it out, go ahead and leave a like and give a comment in order to help it out in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to listen to episodes on the go and you don't got that sweet YouTube premium subscription, go ahead and follow the link down in the video description to our Google Drive folder of MP3s of every episode we have done to date. And join sorry, I almost did it perfectly. I almost did it, but there goes my voice. We have a subreddit. It's r/modular media. We post our content and whatnot there. So if you want a nice Reddit hub for all our stuff, go check it out. And for updates on the podcast as it's coming out, go ahead and follow us on Twitter at the Modular Media. And be sure to join us over the next week or so, because it's actually shaping up to be quite the big week for Modular Media, folks, because you got this podcast dropping on Friday. Then Monday, we're going to be posting a spoiler cast for the entire series of Kamen Rider 01 that I'll be recording with Database Ranger and Victory Buster next week. Very excited about that. And then you're going to want to come back later in the week, because we have a very big announcement in the works for next week here on Modular Media that you won't want to miss. It's going to be a monumental moment in our history. We're all very excited about it. And that is all we can say away for now. So until next time, we will see you next week on on Analytical Fanboys, when we'll be discussing, what did we say again? The Iron Giants. God, I had a lot to say there. Sorry for flubbing it all up so much, everybody. But bye.
So long, farewell. Chew on a stick.